Once upon a time, mankind believed that the earth was at the center of the universe. It's been only almost 300 years since we have accepted that earth orbits the sun. Well, if not earth nor the sun, what is the center of the universe? And what is our place in it? If you're scratching your head with these questions, I bet this video will blow your mind. I'm Shweta from Astron, and I'm going to take you on a quick walk to the edge of the universe. So are you ready? Curiosity is the base of hunger for learning. As the people in prehistory looked up to the sky filled with stars, their curiosity led them to discover the wonders of the universe. While trying to find our place, we have learned some astonishing facts along the way. It is interesting to step into the shoes of our ancestors and take a look at what they must have seen. If you simply observe the motion of the sun and the moon and the stars and try to analyze them, you will end up thinking that the sun, the moon and the stars are revolving around us, and we are at the center. You see, it is endorsed by these observations that we don't feel the movement of the earth at all. Congratulations! You have now perfectly imagined how Ptolemy came up with his model. In his model, Earth is at the center, standing still, and all the planets are orbiting it. Here is the Sun and the Moon orbiting around the Earth. In 500 AD, Aryabhatta presented his book, the Aryabhatiya. In this book, he proposed some astonishing astronomical and mathematical theories. The 9th verse in Golapada chapter quotes, Anulomagati naustha paschatya chalam vilomagam yadvat achalani bhani tadvat sama paschimagani lankaya. This verse talks about the rotation of the earth, which the mankind was not familiar with back then. Aryabhatta clearly states that the earth rotates from west to east. It was not until 1543 that the Ptolemaic model met serious competition with the sun-centered model of Nicolaus Copernicus. But supporters of the idea were in the minority and continued to believe in geocentric model. Almost a century later, Galileo Galilei pointed his telescope towards the sky and he discovered the moons of the Jupiter. At first, he thought that there were fixed stars near Jupiter. From January 8th to March 2nd in 1610, he continued observing and figured that they were orbiting Jupiter itself. Here are the observations he noted on a postcard. Later, he neatly wrote them to the book he published. This research obviously proved that the Earth-centered model was wrong. Even then, people still did not want to get over their old belief. At around the same period, Tycho Brahe's aim was to confirm his own picture of the universe. This model seems complicated, which has the Earth at rest, the Sun orbiting around it, and the other planets orbiting around the Sun. Tycho's assistant Kepler still believed in Copernicus's model, and after the death of Tycho, he worked on his data for 9 years and came up with 3 laws of planetary motion. These laws gave a better explanation to orbits of the planets with respect to the Sun. It was 1687 when Newton published Principia Mathematica. This highly influential work describes the physical laws that governs the motion of planets. Although its progress was slow, the heliocentric model eventually replaced the geocentric model. This revolution gave us a whole new perspective about our place in the universe. The Sun does seem to be at the center as we see all 8 planets revolving around it. It's hard to count in kilometers or miles at such scale. One must use a bigger scale, and that is astronomical units, short formed as AU. 1 AU is equal to the distance between the Sun and the Earth, which is roughly 150 million kilometers. The belt of asteroid, which lies in the middle of Mars and Jupiter, separates terrestrial planets and gaseous planets. Its distance is about 3 astronomical units from the Sun. After our last planet of the solar system, Neptune, we can observe the ring of rocky icy bodies known as trans-Neptunian objects. Pluto and all these trans-Neptunian objects lie in the Kuiper belt. Pluto's average distance from the Sun is about 39.5 astronomical units. The Oort cloud is almost a spherical shaped shell around our solar system. It is birthplace for comets, those with an orbital period of more than 200 years. The estimated 2 trillion objects in the Oort cloud are also referred as trans-Neptunian objects. The mankind who believed that the Sun was at the center later discovered that our Sun too is not fixed. It is revolving around the center of our galaxy. This galaxy, which we call Milky Way, is made up of gas and dust. It is the home of lot more stars like our Sun. Our solar system lies far away from this center. The center of our galaxy is approximately 1.6 astronomical units away from the Sun. Measuring the distance at this scale in astronomical units becomes difficult. Let's start measuring in light years now. 1 light year is the distance which the light covers in 1 year. 1 light year is equal to 63,000 astronomical units. So measuring the distance between the Sun and the center of the galaxy in light years would be approximately 26,000 light years. Our galaxy itself contains 100 billion stars. There are many galaxies out there in the universe. Some are even bigger than our galaxy. The closest galaxy to our galaxy Milky Way is the Andromeda galaxy. It is about 2.5 million light years away. These both galaxies, along with the Triangulum galaxy, make a local galaxy group. These 3 massive galaxies have some satellite galaxies too. Such local group of galaxies which are comparatively closer to each other together form the Virgo cluster. Virgo cluster consists of at least 100 local group of galaxies. Galaxy clusters like the Virgo cluster together form the Laniakea supercluster. The Virgo galaxy cluster is situated in the red spot shown in the image. Superclusters like Laniakea make the entire universe, which we know as cosmic web. As our technologies got advanced, we sent Hubble Space Telescope in the space to take better images of the universe. When we took an image of a patch of the sky as tiny as a grain of sand, the results were mind-blowing. The image had thousands of galaxies in it. Almost each dot in the image is galaxy containing billions of stars. No one knows if the universe is infinitely large, or even if ours is the only one that exists. Other parts of the universe very far away might be quite different from the universe closer to our home. And here we are, part of this huge universe trying to learn about more and more. In this video, we have learned about the mankind's transition from geocentric model to the sun-centric model. We learned that even the Sun isn't at the center of the universe, and that we are yet to discover the center of the universe. We took a step away from our home planet and zoomed out to the edge of the known universe. Even though this trip to the edge of the universe makes us feel tiny, it's our curiosity that makes us significant.